Hello, it's Mick again from Creative Schools here with another WordPress tutorial. This one is on how to add something to your calendar. So as we're already logged in, if we hover over New and go to Event, so I'll just quickly show you where the events appear. So we'll just open that up in a new window. So on the home page we have events here just underneath the slider, but that does only show 4 events, and you can see that on September the 20th they are both on the same day, so you get one event here and one event here. So if you did have 4 events on the same day, that would be a complete block. But if anyone did want to see the full calendar, news and calendar, and this gives them a monthly view which they can skip through the months like so, and also gives them access to the categories that we've got set, and from that they can subscribe. And what that does is, if, for example, if we wanted to add this to our Apple calendar, as I'm on a Mac, I can open the calendar and it will put all of that information in there. So that's really good for parents to have access to your calendar. So it means that you can, and it is a genuine dynamic subscription, so that if you make an amend to an event, it will update on their machines as well, or on their phone or on their iPad, whatever they're using, whatever they've synced or subscribed to via, it will show up on there. So it's a really useful tool, and it means that they hopefully won't have to keep coming back to the website to check things. They've also got the option of changing the view here if they want to see it as an agenda view, a poster board, or as a stream before they subscribe. Another place that it appears is in the year groups. We have our events here, and it's just an agenda view showing you what we've got going on for this particular year group. So we're in nursery at the moment, so these are all term dates here. They've just been tagged with the nursery as well. Okay, so if we go back to the event editor, so we'll do sports day again. So our sports day, the all-day event, and it is going to be on October the 11th. And if we wanted this, say this, for example, this was a club, we could select for this event to repeat. So we'll have this sports day repeating weekly. Sorry about that, that might be a bit chaotic, but we want it to repeat every Wednesday, and we want it to end on the 3rd Wednesday in November, which is the 15th, for example. So we click on that. So now this event will show weekly every Wednesday up until Wednesday the 15th of November. So we can apply that rule. And when we've done that, it gives us a little overview of what it is on here. Now we know that we have a half term during that period, so if we want to exclude a date from that, we click on exclude, it will open up the date picker, and October the 25th is half term. So if we select that, click apply again, that then gives us the 2 rules that we've applied. So this will repeat weekly on Wednesday until the 15th of November, apart from the 25th. So the next thing we need is some event location and details. So if this is at the school, you don't need to fill them out at all. However, if it was at a middle school up the road, for example, you could type that in there, start typing in the address, and it will give you the option of adding in a Google map. So if we click on show map, this is just an error because the Google Maps isn't set up properly yet, but it will be. This map will just appear here, and if you start typing in, I'll do our address. If you start typing out, that will appear in a drop down. You can click on it and it will add the map in there. You can also input the coordinates as well via latitude and longitude if you have access to them, but Google Maps will pick this up. Again, event costs and tickets, you don't really need those because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be at the school and free, but feel free to just tick that as a free event so that everyone knows it's a free event, and it's also no tickets. If you do have anything that is ticketed, you can just tick that box, add in the URL for where people could go to buy those tickets, and that will act as a link straight from that event. So that's quite handy if you're trying to reduce the amount of communication you need to have with parents about one event. They can come to the website and find everything they need. One thing I would suggest writing is just the contact name for someone who's in charge, who knows a bit about the event, in case a parent comes to you and says, I need to speak about this. You can go on the website as the administrator or as the receptionist or whatever, find out who's in charge of this event and direct the question to them rather than you having to go and find out yourself. You also have, so you can just leave those blank. If you haven't got anything for event location, event costs and tickets and organiser contact info, you can just leave them blank. The only one that we actually really need to fill in is that one. That's very important. You also have a text box here where you can just hammer in some more information about times and what they need to bring with them, etc., that they wouldn't get from this panel above. So if it's a swimming club, reminding them that they need to bring this equipment and that equipment would be good to put in there. So the categories is the same principle and theory as the news, if you've seen that tutorial, in that we want this, it will automatically appear on the home page, but we also want this to appear on the individual class pages of nursery, reception, year 1 and year 2. And we can also preview this as well, so it will give you a preview of what you've got. The draft will stay here until you click publish, but you can also save it as a draft. Again, you have the options of protecting events and making them private, but I don't think that's relevant for events, so we'll just leave that one as public forever. And you can publish it immediately, or if you have any trips that are tremendously exciting and are on an embargo or anything, I can't imagine why, but if you do, you can set them to appear, so they won't appear on the website until this time has passed. But what we'll do, just set that back to today. Publish that event. And go back to our home page, which will refresh, and from there we can see the event. If we scroll through by these buttons, I think it was there already, my mistake. It's here. There's our sports day. So it's at the middle school, it's all day. And when you see when you're logged in as well, you can find that. Click on there, that will open up the editor again. And I'll just show you what that looks like. On the agenda view within the year group pages, there's the sports day at the middle school and all the information is there. Okay, thanks for watching. That was a tutorial about how to add events. Thank you.